She won't ever reveal this, but every mature woman longs for these 10 destinations. Not just in a physical sense, but emotionally, psychologically, and in ways she may not even consciously recognize. You see, magnetism isn't solely based on appearance or boldness. It's about grasping the hidden yearnings she won't voice, the places she privately dreams of reaching, the sentiments she's desperate to experience once more, and the type of man who can guide her there. And here's the reality. If you're unaware of these places, you're overlooking an entirely different depth of connection. Because once you comprehend where she desires to go mentally, emotionally, even bodily, you can be the one to lead her. And after a woman senses that with you, she won't let it slip from her memory. So stay tuned, because we're about to uncover the 10 destinations mature women quietly long for. And once you grasp these, you'll notice women responding to you in ways they never did before. Let's continue. Destination number 1. The realm where Kozuga feels selected. There's an instant every woman privately desires. One that reshapes her perception of her own value in ways she'll never confess. It's the moment she feels selected, not just noticed, not merely seen, not vaguely appreciated, but chosen. Because by the time a woman reaches a certain stage in life, she's already known what it's like to be admired. She's had her youthful days when attention was abundant. She's been the focal point in social gatherings, celebrations, relationships. But as time goes on, something changes. The gazes don't linger as long. The compliments become rarer. The competition grows tougher. And whether she acknowledges it or not, she starts to feel like she's no longer the automatic choice. This is where it gets intriguing, because a woman who has been wanted before knows the game. She understands what it's like to be pursued. She understands how attraction operates. And most importantly, she recognizes when a man is selecting her because he genuinely desires her, not just because she's simply around. That's why the first deeply desired place mature women seek is the space where she feels undeniably, unquestionably, and exclusively chosen. Not because she's the most convenient choice, but because she's the right one. This isn't about empty praise. It's about meaning. For a seasoned woman, genuine attraction isn't about a man who drowns her in attention. It's about a man who notices something in her that others overlook. A man who isn't needy, isn't settling, and isn't tossing compliments at every woman who passes. And when that kind of man makes her feel like she's standing out in a world where she's starting to blend in, that's when she falls the hardest. Ever wonder why some women grow deeply connected to a specific man, even when they have no shortage of choices? It's because that man has placed them in a rare mental space. A space where she doesn't just feel beautiful. She feels irreplaceable. That's why women long for relationships where they feel singled out for something more than appearances. Looks may fade, but the sensation of being one in a million? That lingers. And once she experiences that emotion, she'll crave it like an addiction. Place number 2, the realm where she feels youthful once more. Let's discuss time. Because for a woman, time isn't just something that moves forward. It's something she's constantly judged by. From early on, she's flooded with reminders of how much time remains for being desired, for being selected, for being viewed as vibrant and appealing. Society has trained her to keep an eye on the clock in ways most men can't fully grasp. So what happens when she reaches an age where youth is no longer the main thing she's known for? Does she cease yearning for excitement, fervor, the rush of being wanted? Certainly not. She simply becomes more skilled at concealing it. This is why the second space mature women intensely crave is any environment that allows them to feel youthful once more. And I don't mean young in the literal way, I mean refreshed mentally, emotionally, and romantically. You've witnessed it before. A woman who appears calm and composed suddenly glows in the company of a man who reignites the thrill she once experienced. She laughs in a new way. She moves with a different air. Her vibe transforms. Because for her, it's not solely about the man. It's about the sensation he revives in her. That's why mature women are drawn to men who make them feel vibrant, men who remind them of who they were before life became routine. And here's the twist, it's not a matter of age, it's about vitality. A man who can access a woman's fun, daring side, who can make her feel like time is no longer an enemy but an open journey. That man will capture her complete focus. And this is where most men misstep. They assume mature women wish to be approached with excessive formality. They believe she wants acknowledgement of her insight, her experience, her dependability. But what she truly desires is to recall who she was before she had to embody all those traits. The instant you draw her into that realm, where she feels unrestrained, impulsive, and craved in a way that defies age, that's when she becomes captivated by your presence. She won't be able to resist returning to that sensation repeatedly. Place number 3, the domain of undeniable allure. Here's something no woman will openly declare. Attraction doesn't perish. It merely learns discipline. Mature women have refined the skill of restraint. They've spent decades mastering how to withhold, how to be discreet, how to veil their longing behind a carefully constructed surface. Yet beneath that polished composure, desire still pulses. It merely requires the correct catalyst. That's why the third space cherished by mature women is the one where they feel entirely and overwhelmingly overtaken by want, where desire is so overpowering that control becomes unachievable. Reflect on those moments in life when you sensed something so powerful that it was impossible to ignore, whether it was a concept, an impulse, or a bond with another soul. That emotion, the one that dominates, regardless of resistance, that's what mature women silently yearn for. They want to experience something so profound, so irresistible, that it surpasses their honed discipline. This is why mature women are naturally pulled toward men who radiate a unique type of presence, one that is assertive, compelling, and effortlessly assured. A man who can awaken this intensity within her doesn't need to pursue. She'll come toward him. She'll catch herself dwelling on him when she knows she shouldn't. She'll sense an attraction she can't logically rationalize. And the best part? She won't be able to stop herself. Because at the core, women, regardless of age, aren't drawn to what is rational. They're drawn to what makes them feel. Place number 4, where she feels desired, not just appreciated. There's a massive difference between being appreciated and being desired, and a woman can tell the difference instantly. Appreciation sounds like "you're so amazing, you're such a wonderful person." Desire, that's different. It's the pause in your voice when you look at her. It's the way your eyes don't just see her, they consume her. It's the tension in the air when you're close but not touching. The feeling that at any moment something is about to happen. Older women, they know the difference. They've heard the compliments, they've been called beautiful so many times that it barely registers anymore. But feeling truly desired, that never gets old, and that's why they seek out the places where they feel a man's full, undivided attention. Not just on their personality, not just on their presence, but on them as a woman. The way her lips move when she talks, the curve of her neck when she tilts her head, the way her breath catches when the tension between you builds. These are the moments she lives for, and the ones she can't find just anywhere. This is why older women find themselves drawn to men who understand presence, a man who can sit across from her and hold that electric silence without looking away. He's the one she won't forget, because at the end of the day, every woman wants to be wanted, not politely, not passively, but in a way that's undeniable, magnetic, and consuming, and the man who can make her feel that he'll have her attention long after she walks away. Place number 5, where she feels dangerously feminine. Every woman, no matter her age, has a side of her that's untamed. It's the side that laughs louder, moves freer, and lets go of the rules she usually follows. It's the version of her that isn't just poised and elegant, but wild, unpredictable, and completely in the moment. This is the place older women crave but rarely get to experience, the space where they can let their guard down and feel the thrill of being fully, unapologetically feminine. Think about it. Society tells women to be composed, mature, and graceful. As they get older, they're expected to trade passion for poise, excitement for elegance, but deep down she still craves the rush, the feeling of being caught off guard by attraction, the anticipation of a touch that hasn't happened yet, the excitement of a man who doesn't just admire her but awakens something in her. This is why older women find themselves magnetized by men who can make them feel unpredictable, men who break patterns, who know when to tease and when to challenge, who don't just give her what she expects but what she secretly hopes for. Because once a woman steps into that dangerous feminine energy, she doesn't just feel younger, she feels alive, and the man who can take her there, he's the one she won't stop thinking about. Place number 6, the unforgettable night. Here's a truth most men overlook: a woman never forgets the night she felt something she couldn't explain, not the night where everything was predictable, not the night where things went smoothly, but the night where the connection was so thick in the air that it felt like time slowed down. Older women seek out this place, not in a specific location, but in a specific kind of experience. It's the experience where she's completely present, where her usual thoughts and worries disappear, where the only thing that exists is the energy between her and the man in front of her. She doesn't just want attention, she wants an encounter that lingers in her mind long after it's over. It's the way he leans in just enough to make her catch her breath, the way he makes her laugh so unexpectedly that she touches his arm without thinking, the way he knows exactly when to look at her and when to look away, leaving her wanting more. Because once she experiences that kind of night where she feels a connection that's beyond just conversation, she won't be able to let it go. And that's the secret most men never figure out. Women, no matter their age, don't chase men, they chase feelings. And if you can give her a feeling she's never had before, she'll find her way back to you again and again. Place number 7, where she can rewrite her past. There's a reason older women are drawn to men who understand reinvention, because whether she admits it or not, every woman has a past, a story filled with what-ifs, mischances, and roads not taken. Maybe she played it safe when she was younger, maybe she stayed in relationships that felt comfortable but never set her on fire. Maybe she ignored the kind of men who could have changed everything, because back then she wasn't ready. But now she doesn't just want a new experience, she wants to rewrite the version of herself that never took the risk. And that's why she seeks out the place where she feels like she's making up for lost time. This could be a new city, a new lifestyle, or a man who makes her feel like she's stepping into a different reality, a reality where she's not restrained by the expectations she once had, a reality where she's free to explore a version of herself she never got to be. And if you can be the man who brings her into that world, she won't just crave the experience, she'll crave you. Place Hatchie, where she can test her power. Older women don't just want admiration, they want confirmation that they still have the power to captivate. It's not about insecurity, it's about validation, the kind that comes from watching a man react to her in real time. She wants to know, can I still make him forget the rest of the world when I walk into a room? Does my presence still turn heads? Am I still the kind of woman who can shift the energy just by being in the right place at the right time? And that's why she craves situations where she can test her effect on men. This is why she finds herself drawn to places where attraction is unspoken but undeniable. A dimly lit lounge where she makes eye contact with a man across the room, a casual conversation that turns into something electric, a setting where she can watch a man try to resist her and fail, because at the end of the day, a woman doesn't just want to feel beautiful, she wants to feel undeniable. And the moment she realizes she still has that effect, that's a moment she won't forget. Place number 9, where she can escape judgment. If there's one thing older women are tired of, it's judgment. They've spent years, sometimes decades, being told what they should do, who they should be, and how they should behave. And even when they break free from society's rules, the silent judgment still lingers. She's too old for that. Why is she dating a younger man? Shouldn't she be settling down instead of chasing new experiences? And yet, despite the whispers, she still craves a place where she can exist without explanation, where she can let go of the rules and expectations, where she can be in the moment without worrying about who's watching or what they're thinking. And the truth is, this place isn't physical. It's a man's presence, the kind of man who doesn't judge her choices but fuels them, the man who looks at her without expectations, without assumptions, just raw electric intrigue. Because when a woman feels completely free with you, she doesn't just stay, she lets go of every barrier, and that's when things get unforgettable. Place number 10, where she can lose control. Just a little control is something older women have mastered. They know how to keep their emotions in check, how to walk away from situations that don't serve them, how to maintain their independence, their confidence, and their power. But deep down, they crave a place where they can let go just enough to feel something real, not recklessness, not chaos, but the thrill of surrendering to the moment without overthinking it. She doesn't want to be reckless, she wants to feel safe enough to be